What is up, guys? Midnight 912 here, and it's been a couple of years since I've done this. But anyway, if you guys don't remember, a couple of years ago, I think, because I've now known 4 years now, as I think I've mentioned a couple of times, I did a review on my whole nerf arsenal, or at least what I had. There's definitely been some changes. There definitely has been a bunch. Hold on. Anyway, let's get started. So yeah, there's definitely been quite a bit of changes. So anyway, I want to get the big boys out of the way, which by the big boys I mean the big guns. I want to get the ones that have a lot of customization to them out of the way first, and then we'll get to screw off. Anyway, let's start with, to be completely honest, I think the biggest gun, and actually I think even the heaviest, well, that worked out. That worked out. Hold on. What the hell is it? We have Nerf Modulus Regulator. So, you know what? I'm just gonna take the first part. Anyway, Nerf Modulus Regulator. Now, some of you might be asking, Mennonite, what is the regulator? Well, if some of you people are new to Nerf, basically the regulator is one of the guns from the Nerf Modulus series, which again I think came in like 2016 or 2017, along with the Modulus. But anyway, this thing was pretty innovative because it has a switching. It's got a switch fire mode, so I think it's semi, burst, and fully auto. So yeah, and this thing almost reminds me of an LMG because it has a handle as one of the attachments, and also you can, you know, like that, you can see, there's a little hole in the handle. There's also these two other things, which can then become like scopes or something. But anyway, this thing is big and it's heavy. So, how this gun works is that, you know, you put your clip in or something, and then yes. Also, there's a red light on top, which I think once you know it, when you're, like, if your mag is empty, pretty sure, then I gotta fix it because the freaking mag that was in here, it popped out of the gun and it broke into it. It was like the fast mag thing. Anyway, on to the next gun. So, next up we have Nerf N-Strike Delta Trooper. Now you might think that this is sort of like the Alpha Trooper. Not even close. I know that there's an Alpha Trooper. Actually there's an Alpha Trooper 2, I'm pretty sure. But the Delta Trooper, this almost reminds me of like a modified Retaliator in a way. But yeah, it's got a nice nose. It's got a sturdy as hell stock, which is pretty good. Also, there's a little bit of a thing where if I press the trigger, yeah, it's annoying, but I've kind of learned to do it. So, yeah, there's not really much to this thing, except that, you know, you can take, as with a lot of these kinds of guns, you can take the stock and the barrel off. Actually, before I did this video, because for the big guns, I had to put like all their original pieces back on. This was actually originally supposed to look like an AK-47 or something. Yeah, the iron sights actually aren't that bad. Yeah, sturdy stock, pretty good handling on the barrel. Also, there's has a Coupe 772, which I will put a show in the description, description below. I would say Tactical. There's a tack rail on top of the barrel. Unfortunately, there's not one on the actual gun itself, because it's got the. Yeah, there's one on the barrel. Yeah, that's the Delta Troop. By the way, if I go off over there, it's because I'm placing the guns over there. Anyway, what we have next is actually a little bit of a classic. We have the Nerf Elite Retaliator. Now, Retaliator is an old gun, not like yellow painted old, like original blue, but I think like a while back they changed the color scheme on this, and I think even on the Maverick, and I'm pretty sure the Triad. So now it's a nice white. It's like Snow White, if you think like that. But yeah. I hate that thing. I can go find the other picture. Anyway, Retaliator. So, you guys might be asking, Meta Knight, what is the Retaliator and how is it so old? It's pretty much old because the Retaliator originally came out when the Nerf Elite came out, which was like blue, just blue. But yeah, it's got a detachable stock, which almost reminds me of a AK stock, and it's got a nice barrel. It's got a tactical rail right here, tactical rail right there. There's also another one on top of the thing, so if you want to put the scope or some sort of sight, like this for example, it's a kind of custom sight. This used to be I think like a shield, but I took off the shield piece because I thought that looked like a good sight. But yeah, that is a Nerf Retaliator. Also, there's supposed to be a flip-up thing right here, but I took that off because after a while it kind of got annoying to have to flip that up, so that's not there anymore. So it's just the iron sights, and they actually look pretty dang cool. Anyway, are you done? Anyway, what do we have next? We have the Nerf Modulus Recon MK2. Now, I really don't know why they had to make a recon, like a second recon. Also, I swear, I think this is the shortest one of the big boys that I have. Regulator is the biggest one. This, I think, is the smallest. And also, this looks almost nothing like the original recon. But yeah, basically, the Recon MK2 got a decent stock. It may look flimsy, but it's actually not that bad. There's a tactical rail up here. There's also a tactical rail on the side, so you could place something there. Also, it's got this short little barrel, which personally I don't like, but I'll respect it. Also, it comes with a 6-bullet magazine, kind of like the original Recon did, which you don't know what I mean by the original Recon, way back, like yellow painted Nerf guns way back. So yeah, that is the Recon MK2. Next up, we have kind of one of the more recent ones, which also is in the Modulus line. We have the Nerf Modulus Mediator. I can barely get this thing in the front. So, Mediator is actually pretty interesting. Mainly because, number one, it reminds me of like a Raider or a Rampage, or even like a Decoy, but things like that. But anyway, what is really cool about this thing? Well, number one, kind of like with the Tri-Strike, that thing, it's got a front, like, shotgun type thing, which is nice. You gotta pump it a bunch, and then there's that little like orange or red dot right there. That's the trigger for that. Now we move to the stock, which is the longest stock I think I've ever seen. Also, when you're holding this thing, it's actually no wait, it's actually not that bad. Unlike other guns, because I've placed this on other guns, it's actually really difficult. But boom! Yeah, that's right. With the Mediator, the stock, got a little double strike looking gun, and it just there's like a little slot back here that it goes into. But also it's got a handle, a cocking mechanism, kind of like again with the Rampage or the Raider. Comments below, are the Rampage and the Raider pretty much the same thing? And never mind. But anyway, I think it came with a 6-bullet magazine. Really, the only like tactical rails I could find on this are the side one and also one up here. But other than that, the iron sights actually aren't that bad. Also, with the front piece, there's this little button right here. This thing pretty much becomes a weapon of its own, which I find to be, but really, now you know. Yeah. So there's this gray button right here that lets you fold down the barrel, because this thing right here is the barrel. This whole thing right here is just the under part of the barrel. Also, the stock has like a thing on the side, so you can pretty much like put that on your pants or something and just whip that out like you're a cowboy from the Wild West. So yeah, that is the Nerf Modulus Mediator, which I actually really like. No. Ah, dang it. There it goes. Okay. Anyway, shoot, I should have put the... Okay, so this is, I think, one of the more shorter weapons. I should have saved this for the small ones. But this is, I think, yeah, the barrel strike. There was, these are pretty much like weaponized accessories. So pretty much, yeah, as I'm showing you, there's a button right here which flips up the stock for this little thing. This pretty much works like Jolt, Big Shot, or even like Triad or something. Pretty much. I've been thinking about taking the stock off and just having it be a barrel, but I figured, you know, if I did that, then what's the point of having the gun? So it makes sense. Also, there's that right there, which releases the stock from the rest of the gun. I prefer to go like this, because if you have it like this, it's uncomfortable. At least just a little bit. So that is, I think this is Modulus. Yep, that is the Nerf Modulus Barrel Strike. I'm pretty sure there was also like stock fire or something, which was basically like the Barrel Strike, but a little bit different. Next up, we have a gun that is also in the pretty new series. We have the Nerf AccuStrike Alpha Hawk. So yeah, the Alpha Hawk. This is part of the AccuStrike series, which pretty much depends on accuracy and range. But yeah, this gun is actually... I just almost messed up my face. Yeah, anyway, the AccuStrike. This is a cylinder weapon, as you can see, like the strong arm or the Maverick. There's a gray button on the side. Yep, you can go ahead, pop that up. It takes 5 darts. You just put that into the thing. You can either go like that, or kind of like how I would do with the strong on the Maverick, go like that. I'm not sure if that's gonna fall out or not. Yeah, the iron sights on this are actually pretty pleasing. It's this little thing, like where my finger is at. That's where the iron sights are. Also, like true sniper, have these two things on the side. The stock is actually pretty good. Like you feel like a sniper when you have this. Also, there's tactical rail up here. So if you want to put on a scope or something, then there you go. You got yourself a place where you can place your scopes, your sights. There's also a tactical rail down here, which I placed a couple of things there. Like I think at one point I placed a grip down there, but I think also at another point I'm pretty sure I placed a bayonet down there as well. But yeah, this is the only AccuStrike gun that I got. So this is the Alpha Hawk. I'm pretty sure there's also a Raptor Strike. I think there's other ones. I think there's even a couple of reskins of older guns that have been added to the AccuStrike series. Like I think there's one of the Rapid Strike, I'm pretty sure. I think it's called a Strato Hawk. But yeah, this is the Alpha Hawk, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess we can go over the last one, which is I think one of the oldest guns that I have. You guys might already see it. Boom! The Nerf Deploy. Deploy CS6. This thing is seriously old. Like, you can tell it's old because it's the yellow. What has yellow in it? Well, I mean, except for the Nerf Icon series, which basically is trying to bring back older guns, so the Stampede, Mag Strike. Don't know why they put in the Element. I would have thought like a Moon Clip or something. But this is a gun that I want to be brought back in the Icon series. The Nerf Deploy. Yeah, the Deploy is very interesting. Well, I mean, number one, it kind of works like a shotgun. You put the mag up here. Normally, it comes with a 6 mag, the 6 dart magazine. But I went with the banana clip because the banana clip originally went with the Modulus ACS 10, but I don't have that anymore because. I think my brother over at my dad's house, I'm pretty sure we lost it. So that's great. So yeah, but also, number one, there's a button up here for those who don't remember what the Deploy is. There's a button up here which puts this down to the side, and there's also this thing right here is a laser. But I did not put batteries in it. I don't know what batteries it takes. Oh, it looks like it takes like AAAs. I think I might have to. Yeah, anyway. But kind of the reason it's called the Deploy is because there's this like triangular button right here. Yeah. It can freaking fold up, people. Yeah, by pressing that triangle button, you pretty much have folded the gun for like easy storage or less suspicious. Yeah, for less suspiciousy. If you're trying to like infiltrate like a enemy base or something during a Nerf war or something like that, and then you press the button again, it deploys. Get it? Because it's called the Deploy. So yeah, this one I seriously think is the oldest gun that I have in this arsenal. I swear to God. Oh shoot. Okay. Anyway. Now we are gonna get into this bin that's right beside me. guns that aren't necessary. Actually, no. Hold on. There's actually a couple of guns that I should have gone with those guns, but I decided to hold off until now. Anyway, we got this. This is the Nerf Sharpfire, or as I would probably call it, a marksman pistol. Why do I call it a marksman pistol? Mainly because it only takes one bullet at a time, so it's a one shot and then you gotta reload it every time. But this is pretty much the kind of weapon that I would see a sniper have. No joke, this is actually legit the kind of weapon that I would see a sniper. So anyway, also the barrel and the stock are completely detachable. So you got pistol mode, as I call it. So, yeah. You put on the barrel, it's still a pistol, but it'll increase the range and maybe like the accuracy, probably. No, actually, maybe not the accuracy. Also with the stock, there's a little place where you can fit the barrel in, and then you can put stock in, and there you go. You got yourself nice and close. And then you can take the barrel out of the stock, have it like that, and then there you go. Also, you can do it like this. There's a little slot up in front where you can put the stock at. You put the barrel in, and there you go. You got an easy way to store it. There's also another one of those like clip things, so you can pretty much, again, like with the mediator stock, you can place that on your pants, and like you're living on the wild side if you're doing it. Also on the stock, there's like little places where you can place your ammo at. Next up we have the Spectre Red 5. I'm gonna take these things off. So exactly, I actually should have done that with the decoy, but I kind of decided not to. So anyway, we got the Spectre Red 5. It is the blue color, because this is actually this is part of the Elite line, though not really. This was originally part of the N-Strike line. So even though it's blue, at one point it was actually yellow. Now I have this because someone actually left it on their porch. So I decided, why not I take it in? So that's how I have this. And like with the Strong Arm, the Maverick, and even the Alpha Hawk, the button on the side pops out the thing. And yeah, there's a tactical rail up top, so you can put like a scope or sight or something. There's front barrel lug, so you could put like a giant silencer or something, or just a barrel. There's stock placement, so you can place stock. Yeah, I do like this gun, but I can't use it because the cocking mechanism broke. That is so gay. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're gonna get off of that. So yeah, that is the Spectre. Next up, we have the crossbolts. Now, I want to address something with the crossbolt, because I know if I don't, people are gonna go crazy in the comments. This isn't necessarily a crossbow, because where are the crossbow pieces? It actually looks better without the crossbow pieces, but it turns out it can't work without them. So this is pretty much kind of a dead gun now. So I can't use this. There's really nothing else to talk about with this. I think I might as well just throw it away. Though I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I won't. Anyway, on to the actual guns. Anyway, to start off, we have the Nerf Zombie Strike Brain Saw. Yeah. And it doesn't have a thing because I got this one at a thrift store. I mean, it works. I just gotta figure out what to do. Because normally with the actual brain saw, there's a thing right here where you can pull it and the different things to it. There's a nice giant handle up here, which is very nice. But this thing is pretty much half chainsaw, half shotgun. This is pretty much like a heavily modified version of the rough cut, which is, I think, by far probably one of my favorite shots. Is the rough cut. Though probably one day when I get my own place and I probably have enough money to set up a room or something that just has Nerf guns, your boy's gonna get a ton more. You know your boy's gonna get a ton more, because I love Nerf. I love Nerf. Also with the Zombie Strike series, there's a little bit, I'm gonna leave that for a separate video. But yeah, that is the brain saw. Next up, we have, I forget what this one was called. It was like Clear Shot or something. So this is also part of the Zombie Strike series. And yeah. It's a one shot. So you gotta put in a bullet every time you shoot one, which is really stupid. But yeah, the cocking mechanism is near the back, and the iron sights are actually pretty good. Here's the iron sights, if you're wondering. Yeah, sorry, I think I have like a family condition where I shake a little bit too much. So yeah, that is. Oh, also there's a tactical rail up here, so you can like place a sight, place a scope, or something. There's also a ton of placements on this where you can place, darts in. There actually is a spot on the deploy where you can place a dart in, which I think is a little bit dumb, and I think a little bit pointless. But anyway, that is pretty sure Clear Shot. I'm just going randomly. I'm just randomly pulling guns out of here. So if I pull a gun, you get the idea. Anyway, we have this, which I took back from my brother because this is basically supposed to be a stock and a gun at the same time, but my stupid ass brother took the effing thing off. Literally, he took the freaking stock placement thing. So now, this is only a gun. So dumb. So dumb. And I hate him for that. At my freaking dad's house, I'm pretty sure he's broken quite a few guns. I'm so much concerned on taking all of those guns and bringing them over here because he doesn't effing deserve it. So yeah, that is. I don't remember what this was called. I think this was just called the gun stock. And there's a placement right there where you can place your bullet. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna call this the stock shot. I know that there's already like stock fire. That's good. I'm gonna call it stock shot. Next we have the Nerf Zombie Strike Double Strike. So this thing looks almost exactly like the little gun that is from the stock, but Meteor, because it is. This is the original. That Meteor gun is pretty much a copy of it. Kind of its own knockoff in it. But yeah, pretty much how it works with this thing. There's two placements up front. You place your two bullets. It's got a hammer in the back, which I think is, and then forward. Boom. Also, there's a little bit of a thing with this where if the hammer doesn't go all the way down, the darts, will pop out. So be sure when you have this to go all the way, because if you go like halfway or something, I haven't had that problem in a while. Yeah, the bullet will like either slightly pop out of the barrel or just pop out of the gun completely. But yeah, that is the double strike. Anyway, so now I mentioned that the rough cut was my favorite shotgun. Well, I got one. Rough cut 2x4. This shotgun I like. And actually, the first ever video on my channel, no joke, you guys can go all the way back to very early in my channel. You guys, some of you may remember this. This was the freaking gun I unboxed. And it's a little bit sad that that's where my channel grew from. I should have considered just doing nerf stuff. But I didn't want to go like that. So anyway, with the rough cut, it's got a tactical rail on top. I don't know what the point of putting like a sight or a scope is, because really, the iron sights are actually already good. Also, this is one of those guns where you can use one hand. Like if you have like two, which I used to have two, but I don't remember. Oh shoot! Hold on. Before we get back to the rough cut, I completely forgot that there was another big boy. Frickin' A. I forgot that there was another big boy because I wasn't sitting with the others. It was actually sitting on the couch. Anyway, we have the Tri-Strike. Now, some of these, I'm going to take these attachments off because they're not the ones came with the gun. This is the Tri-Strike, or what's left of it, because the front thing is at my dad's, which I feel like bringing back to here, and yeah, the stock and the rocket launcher thing aren't connected anymore, which kind of saddens me. I don't know why I did that. I almost feel like getting another one of these and just having this be, you know, just a sniper, and the other Tri-Strike, you know, being itself pretty much. But yeah, this is the Tri-Strike. This is pretty much kind of another sniper type thing in a way. But anyway, it's got this rocket launcher thing, and also if you hear that, yeah, I'm pretty sure some internals came out. I've been meaning to look at that to get that freaking noise out of there, but I wasn't sure if that was completely worth it. And the stock, it has a handle right here because if you take the stock and the rocket launcher, with launcher on, boom! It's pretty much its own individual gun in a way. So yeah, if you pull this back and then, because it's a rocket launcher, it fires the rockets. Well, not real rockets, but the, you know, nerf rocket. So yeah, the Tri-Strike pretty much has a secondary weapon in a way. So let's take that off. Also, this is what the gun looks like without, you know, the other things on it. Also, as you can see, it has a tactical rail on top of it. But for some reason, this has a tactical rail. The launcher piece has a tactical rail on top of itself, which I guess makes sense because if you have the rocket launcher the other way, then you can put like a sight or a scope up on it. So that way, so yeah, this is pretty much two weapons in one. But yeah, I feel like having a system where, you know, like you press a button on the side and you can extend it out, and yeah, it would be like that. Also, this comes with a 10 bullet mag, which is actually pretty good. Now, let's get back to the rough cut because I'm pretty sure I completely stepped on my own words. So, anyway, with the rough cut, so yeah, there's a tactical rail on the top. I'm not really sure what the point is. But yeah, This thing is actually good enough that you could probably carry 2 at a time, kind of like Reaper. So yeah, this is a shotgun. Also, this has slam fire, which is very interesting for this kind of gun. Because really, nowadays, there's not that many guns that have slam fire. That's a fact. But anyway, there's a cool thing with this gun, and it's also with the barrel strike shot or whatever. It's another shotgun that I have, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. But if you pull the trigger halfway, you fire 1. So you can either fire 1 at a time, or if you go all the way on the trigger, you fire 2. So this thing can either fire 1 at a time, or if you go slowly on the trigger, or if you just go ham on the trigger, it fires 2. So this thing takes 8 shots. Also, there's a sling mount here, sling mount here. There's pretty much a sling mount on like every single gun. It completely makes sense. But yeah, that is Rough Cut, my favorite freaking shotgun, and also the one that built on my channel. So, y'all are welcome. Anyway, next we have a classic that has come back again. We have Maverick Rev 6. This thing is a classic, but as you can tell, it's got a little bit of a makeover in a way. So yeah, it's now white. The cylinder is completely orange. It's not just the front part that's orange, because before, except for this little ridge line here, the rest of the cylinder was black. And trust me, I know, because I have 2 Mavericks of the original kind at my dad's house, so I know that. So yeah, the thing is up there at the top, and yeah, this works really good. Also, there's a button on the side, which pops out the cylinder. Pop, 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 pop. You pop in your things. Yeah. Pretty much with these, because with these cylinder guns, you're pretty much kind of like a cow. But yeah, that is Maverick. It's still awesome. Now, next gun that we have is the Nerf Doomland's Negotiator. I got this gun, I think last year, and I really don't know what to think of it. It almost reminds me of a mix between the Hammer Shot and actually, I think that's it. I think this just reminds me of the Hammer Shot. But yeah, the Negotiator is part of the Doomland series, which is a post-apocalyptic series, pretty much. But yeah, it's a hammer-cocked gun. It's got 8 bullets. Unfortunately, the cylinder doesn't come out, so you actually have to load your bullets in. It's got a tactical rail on top for, again, a sight or scope, which really, I don't know why. Also with the Doomland series, there's like clear areas where you can see the internal functions, which I actually find to be really cool. But I mean, I guess they did that with the Nerf Modulus Ghost Ops like side series or something like that. But yeah, that is the Negotiator. Anyway, so the shotgun that I was mentioning before is this. This is a classic, but as you can see, it's got a fiery paint job. So I forget what this one is. This is the Barrel Break. That's what it was. The Barrel Break IX2. This is pretty much a double barrel shotgun. That's pretty much what this is. Anyway, it's a little lever type thing on the side. You flip that. The barrels go forward. Push it down. That is where you then load the bullets in. You flip it back up. Hold on. Push the barrels back in. And then 1, 2. Or boom. Also, there's a tactical rail on top. which was originally for this. This is like a dark storage thing, which you can place in here, but I would prefer you placing this on a gun that probably actually needs it. Because with something like this, not really. So yeah, this is part of a thing called the Sonic Fire and Sonic Ice series, which I don't totally understand. I'm pretty sure I have this gun, and I think I have 2 others that are of the Sonic Fire because they're red. I love red. So yeah, that is the barrel break. Anyway, on to the next gun. So I was mentioning the hammer shot earlier. Well, I got it. This is the Nerf Sonic Strike hammer shot. This will definitely make you feel like a cowboy. And again, I will make a separate video where I go over the Zombie Strike series and stuff with it. But yeah, this pretty much fits into the kind of like revolver series. But it also fits in with the hammer thing because the Negotiator has the same thing. This also does as well. This is pretty much where the hammer thing came from. So pretty much how you use this gun, sort of like with the Negotiator. The cylinder doesn't actually come out, so you can't right back in. You have to actually load it from up front. Also, there's a tactical rail on top, and the iron sights are not that great, but they're good anyway. And yeah, flip down the hammer. But yeah, I love this gun. I love this gun because not only does it make me feel like a cowboy, but it just looks sexy at the same time. I mean, that's me saying. So I told you guys when I was reviewing the barrel break that I had like 2 other guns that were of the Sonic Fire. This is another one. This is at least one of the Crossfire crossbows, because I'm pretty sure I have like 2 or 3, including this. So this is the Sonic Fire one. And you know what? I'm not going to review the other Crossfire crossbows because this is pretty much the same thing. And I don't completely get it. No, you know what? I get it. So anyway, pretty much what the Crossfire crossbow is it's supposed to be a crossbow, but as you can see, the thing's wrong. But I did see that kind of recently. You know what? Come on already. There's your Crossfire crossbow. So yeah, with this thing, this is how it's supposed to. It's supposed to actually look like a crossbow, but this is the Sonic Fire, so that doesn't really belong there. So yeah, there's this right here. You put in the bullets up here. It takes 4, and then yeah, there's also a tactical rail up here, so you can place again sight scope. There's also a stock placement area where you can place a nice and helpful stock, which I like. There's also this nice area down here where you can put your other hand in. I think it's nice. The iron sights are actually pretty good for this kind of thing. So this is the Sonic Fire Crossfire crossbow. Now, to get the other one out of the way, we have the Nerf Sonic Fire Jolt, or as Tommy Gun from Gun vs. Gun, I will also put his channel in the description below, Nutshot. I'm just gonna call it Jolt because if I say Nutshot, and I don't want people to think that I'm a weirdo. So anyway, this is the smallest gun in I think my whole freaking arsenal. Yeah. this is kind of where like Big Shock, the Trap, this is where they all came from. So anyway, how you work this thing is you put your bullet in right there, you pull this little T handle down here, and you only get one shot. So you gotta reload it every time. Yeah, pretty much. So that is the Jolt. There is no tactical rails whatsoever. There's no like special features with it. This is pretty much it. Nerf. You did good. And that was really not trying to be sarcasm. I'm sorry if it sounded like that. Anyway, now we're gonna go on to pretty much the Jolt's bigger mega brother. This is the Nerf Mega Big Shock. So Mega is another series of Nerf guns where they take bigger bullets, bigger darts than the normal end-strike darts, and also these things mainly rely on power, pretty much. So anyway, how this one works, sort of like with the Jolt, but obviously a little bit bigger. You put the bullet up here, and then you pull the T handle down, and there you go. And there's also a little placement right here where you can place an extra dart, but that's also where the sights are. And also, never mind. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to go ahead and rant on about it. So never mind. So that is Big Shock. This is pretty much the Mega Jolt. That's pretty much what that is. Okay, so next we have this. This is the Double Down. So this is pretty much like the younger brother of the Barrel Break, but this is almost nothing like the Barrel Break, because number one, it has nothing to put the barrels in, so you have to put the bullets in up at the front. There's also bullet storage right here where you can place extra bullets. So anyway, you go like that. There's this little loop thing in the back. And yeah, there's no tactical rails in this, and the iron sights are pretty good. So that is the Double Down. I think it's now getting to the point where I don't need to review as much. So I'm just informing you guys of that. Okay, so we have this thing. This is the... I really thought it would have said it on here. Shit, I wish I still have a box. Guys, in the comments below, what is this gun? Because I completely forget its name. So this is another one of those cylinder guns, but like with the negotiator and hammer shot, the cylinder doesn't, pop out. So again, you have to load your darts, and also there's a tactical rail on top. And this gun is just plain kind of wacky, but again, that's for a separate video. There's this right here, which you pull, and yeah, once you fire it, the cylinder turns, which I like that. Yep, you hear that sound? That was the cylinder. So that's whatever this thing is. Because again, I completely forget, which I feel like an idiot for forgetting. Alright, this is the Snapfire. This is pretty much, this is sort of like the Double Down, but it better looks like a pistol. So anyway, how this thing works, sort of like with the Double Down. Place your bolt up here, but instead of having two, you only have one. Also, there's only two places for dart storage. And for the Snapfire, it doesn't have the loopy thing, it actually has a T handle, like with the Jolt. So anyway, you pull that, yeah. And again, like with the Double Down, no tactical rails at all. No, like, special features with it, just the gun itself. I love flipping these guns, man. Fingers. It not only does it kind of massage it a little bit, but it's also just a nice fit. Okay. You guys might kind of get a little bit of a flashback if you've known Nerf for years. with the original N-Strike series with the Night Finder. This is Nerf Fire Strike. Yeah, this thing has a freaking laser, but unlike the Night Finder, where you hold the trigger down and the laser would show, there's actually a separate kind of trigger thing where, yep, you got your freaking laser. So yeah, this laser is actually really good for like targeting and stuff. But anyway, how this works, kind of like with the Night Finder, pretty much. Even though I don't have a Night Finder. That's kind of the bad thing. I'm mentioning the Night Finder and I don't even have it. So this is pretty much how close I'm going to get to it. But how this works, you put your dart in, you put 2 other darts there for storage, and then you pull in the little loopy thing, kind of like with the double down, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. So yeah, also there's a tactical rail on top, but really, what the frick is the point? Seriously, with some of these guns, every time I see a tactical rail, it's like, what is the point? I mean, I guess if you want to put like a sight now it's getting to the point where I have to look through here and see what oh, how about that? I actually have another jolt. So I pretty much have 2 jolts. This is a strong one. This is a gun that I've been pretty much mentioning since I had done the Alpha Hawk. So this is that gun. This is what came after the Maverick, but what came for the Hammer Shot, the Negotiator, and even the Alpha Hawk. This is pretty much the brother to the Maverick. Yeah, there's tactical rail actually up at the front of the gun now, whilst with the Maverick, the tactical rail was on the cocking mechanism. It was on the pullback, which I find to be a little bit stupid. Then you have to go. Actually, that actually doesn't sound bad. But yeah, that is the strong. It's, you know, it looks cleaner, I guess. That is the strong arm. Also, I realize this video is almost going to be like an hour. Bear with me. Okay, so now we have Triad EX3. This is pretty much, a 3-bullet jolt. So this is pretty much the same thing as the jolt, except it has 3 placements for bullets. So you don't have to reload every time you shoot a bullet. Now you can shoot 3. Not 3 at once like with a sledge fire, but it shoots 1 at a time. And again, no tactical rails, but the iron sights are pretty good. I feel like with most of these guns, the iron sights are pretty good. Okay. Jesus Christ. I had not done this gun yet, and I am very sorry. This is the Nerf Zombie Strike Dominator. Probably one of my favorite Zombie Strike weapons of all time. Well, that and the Brain Saw, of course. So the Dominator, if you guys know of the Flip Fury, this is its bigger and older brother. And I am saying that with passion. This thing is just huge. This thing is freaking big. So, how this works is that there's the thing up here, you shoot it, and then there's this little like trigger thing down here that lets you switch the cylinders. Also, this thing is different from the normal cylinder guns because of the fact that it has 4 cylinders. Now, instead of it carrying like 6 or 5 or even like 4, I think I've seen a couple that only carry like 4. This carries 24 because it has 4, you know, things. But yeah, anyway, that is the Dominator. left? That's my question. What is left? Because I have no idea. Oh, there's this thing. This is the dual strike, which is very innovative because there's two ways. No, I thought I heard my phone going. But yeah, this thing is innovative because it can shoot two different kind of bullets. Not only can it shoot the elite bullets, but it can also shoot the mega bullets. So, yeah, the elite, they load kind of like in the way that the triad would, and then with the mega bullets, it's just a straight line. There's also a tactical rail on the back. Also, this thing is has a interesting looking T-handle. Yeah, this. I forgot that the regulator is still sitting over here and not over there, so I just smacked into it. Yeah, this is. That's the end strike. Now, with the little switch right here, switch it to Mega. But yeah, this thing, even though it's a little bit ugly, no, actually, it's not that ugly. This is actually a pretty good thing. Okay, back to that box that figured out whatever the hell I left out. Because I actually don't know. Oh, I think this might finally be the last gun. This is pretty much a bullet grip for modulus stuff. This is pretty much a modulus version of Jolt. So it's a little T-handle there. And yeah, also there's no tactical rail on any part of the gun because this is actually a grip. So there's a little grip right there, like a little area where normally it would slide onto a tactical rail, but this also provides this gun with some pretty good iron sights. So I think that is officially everything. Actually, no, wait. There's actually a couple of rival guns that I have. Anyway, first of all, we have two rival Chronoses, but they're Deadpool. So yeah, rival, how it works is that instead of shooting darts, they shoot little foam balls. So how the Chronos works is that with that, you would slide in there. If you pull this back, stupid me, you put them into there. It holds up, I think, either 5 or 6, and this might be a good time to just tell you, this might get loud. Yeah, it actually doesn't really affect me that much. But yeah, so yeah, this was at a GameStop that I sometimes went to, and it was sitting, and the box is still sitting here. It was sitting on a top shelf in this GameStop, and I saw it, and I love Deadpool. He's fucking hilarious. Love him to pieces. But yeah, I got 2 of them. I don't just have one that's completely white. I got 2. Also, there's with rival guns, there's actually safeties. So there's actually legit safeties with the rival guns. This is, and I've kind of come to realize that the rival guns are named after either Greek or Roman gods, which I don't understand, but I'll let it go. This one, and I forget the god it's named after, but this is the XV3700. Now, the reason it's completely white is because this is actually part of a little side series in Rival called Ghost Ops, or something like that. But because it's completely white, and the Chronos is also part of the Ghost Ops as well, I don't completely understand. Also, the tactical rails on rival guns are pretty different. They're not like the normal tactical rails on the other guns. They almost look like actual tactical rails on real guns. Also with this, the way that you get mag out is that there's a button on the grip. You press the button and the mag comes right out. It goes in the grip, which almost reminds me of an actual gun, like a pistol or something. And again, it has safety. There's also a jam door so you can get your jams out. And that is officially, I think, all the guns that I have in this arsenal. I can't believe that this almost took an hour long to do, but I am glad that you guys sat through all of this. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and also make sure to hit that goddamn subscribe button, because you are gonna regret it if you don't. But anyway, as always, I will see all of you other nights in the next video. Peace, the night is out, and Iris for life, my friends.